Today's a really sad day. The Overwatch beta has ended. I don't even know what to do with life anymore. I'm just at a loss. I found it really hard to get out of bed today. Not because I was just depressed, but because I'm just fat. But, you know, outside of that, it's a good sign that you wake up and you feel bad that the beta's gone. Like they've taken something from you. And I feel like somebody should call the authorities. I really enjoyed Overwatch. It's been one of the most interesting games that I have ever played, and it brings me back to the feeling of my Unreal Tournament days. It makes me feel really good when I play it. I like the maneuverability, I like the mobility. Everything about this game smells like success. And to answer the question, should you pre-order this game? Should you buy this game or pass on it? And the answer is an obvious one. Hell yes. This has definitely been one of the most interesting games that I've played in years, and I honestly will go as far as to say that it would not shock me whatsoever if this became the new esport game. If this blew up much like Counter-Strike and League of Legends does, it has all the ingredients necessary for this success, and I'll talk about that in a future video, so stay tuned for that. Now, let's talk a little bit more about my experiences with the game. I've got to be honest, I knew I would like the game, I just had no clue how much I would like the game. And this is on borderline infatuation or obsession. I really took to this game like crazy. And I had no idea because I looked at the game and I'm like, hey man, this looks like another Team Fortress. And it could be on console? This looks amazing. And just looking at the face of the thing, looking at what the game just looks like, I was like, okay, so this is going to be great for everybody. People are going to love this game. Until I got to play the game and I saw the types of layers that were built into it. And I'm like, okay, so this is a lot more in depth than I had anticipated. There's character classes and roles and, you know, tanks and support and attackers and defenders and my god, this is a lot of customization, a lot of ways to play. And the first thing that triggered in my mind when I saw all of this customization is, wow, that's going to be a lot of replayability. For those that have ever played a MOBA before, you know what it's like to have all of these important roles. How important it is to balance each of these roles. You can't just stack 3 of the same character or you're going to get steamrolled. There's a certain amount of harmony in having a well-built team comp, and people are going to have to spend time to find out what works and how they work together. So on a competitive side of things, this game is going to continuously evolve. This means that every person that plays this game is going to need to experiment and practice with every character to understand exactly how they work. You need this experience to not only prepare yourself when you're put in a position to play this character, because variety and replayability is cool because there's so many different characters and ways to play, but you need to learn their combinations. You need to learn how they play, what are their counters, so playing with them will simply get you prepared to how to fight them in the future. So this game is going to have a whole lot of replayability because there's just so many types of ways to play and instances that you need to choose specific characters. So that is a refreshing feature nonetheless, and it's also one of the main factors for why games like League of Legends have been so popular in the competitive scene, because there are so many ways to play, so many combinations, so many characters that work well with each other, which synergize and add to a comp. So this effect has been imported into this game. So if you look at the game at its face, you're like, okay, so this is just a shooter, but there's so much more behind the scenes that is going to add to the success of this game. So as a first-person shooter, you not only have to be accurate yourself and be able to nail those shots, you still have to juggle all the responsibilities of your character's class. So I not only have to kill people, but I have to heal too. Or I'm the damage dealer and I'm the sniper, I need to have my awareness at 100%. So there's a lot of things you have to juggle on top of being an accurate player, which is why this is going to be an extremely competitive game, but nonetheless, it's still a first-person shooter. So even a casual player can thoroughly enjoy this experience. They can pick up the game, they can play the game, they can solo queue, and you can have a blast with the game. Period. No matter if you're a competitive player or not, but this will definitely be a game that will teach even the most casual of players how to prioritize targets. For example, if I'm shooting at a Roadhog, that's a no-no. If he's got a Mercy behind him, healing him, because every bit of damage that I'm pumping into him is being restored because of the healer. So what do I need to do? I need to prioritize that healer and drop her instead, and then Roadhog is vulnerable, and then I can take out my frustrations on him. So because of this, people are naturally going to be forced forward in terms of skill. So this is a great game for those that may just be average or below average of players. And if you start to progress in this game, it will actually carry over and translate into success and skill and just complete awareness into other games. Playing this game will make you better at other games because it will force you to evolve or get stomped, and that's what I think is so incredible about games like this. It makes you actually want to progress yourself in terms of talent to keep up and to rise to another level, to compete with the other greater players in the game, and this has rarely been something that we've experienced in shooters. We can go back to Quake and Unreal. Those games were some of the original games that really want to make you separate yourself from the pack. Then we had Halo, which was definitely one of the biggest pillars in the gaming industry that made you want to become better. You could play it at a casual level, much like this game, but if you wanted to rip those no-scopes and tear people up and achieve that high tier of gameplay, you had to push yourself, and Halo encouraged you to want to achieve that goal. It gave you that urgency that, oh, I want to be the best, man. And that's what it did. Counter-Strike is the most recent shooter that I can think of that makes people want to scale what they're capable of. It's games like these that arouse that internal boner. The something inside of you is motivated. You're like an Ash Ketchum, man. You want to be the very best. You want to push yourself, and that's what's so cool about games like these. So, honestly, I played the game. I had a lot of fun playing it. It's got the cartoony approach, which means it's great for all ages. There's a lot of layers to the game. Any casual player can play it, and if they want to dabble in competitive and push themselves, they can choose to do so. A competitive player, if they're sweating and they're tired of the comp, if they just want to casually play the game, they can do that too. So there's not a certain way you're restricted to play. So Pona spoken. I'm all for this game. I'd recommend it to all my friends. I invited my brother-in-law over to play it, and he's a casual player. He doesn't have an ounce of competitive background, and I couldn't get him off the damn sticks. He played for like 6 hours straight, loved the game, instantly went home and downloaded the beta himself. And he's only ever played games like Battlefield on a casual level and Call of Duty and stuff like that. So if a player like that can completely get absorbed into this game, then anyone can. I pre-ordered it off the website down in the description below. I mean, it was 42 bucks on PC. If you guys are curious and you are getting it on PC, obviously you can spend 20 bucks less. And I picked it up myself just today. I know what the game's going to be about. I know it's my kind of game, and I can't wait for it to be released here in just 2 weeks. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you found this useful, be sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for more Overwatch. If any of you guys have any questions whatsoever, leave it down in the comment section below, or ask me on Twitter at iPoneStarForHire. And, of course, do some research. Don't only listen to me. I'm quite confident that everybody's going to be unified in this decision, though. I doubt there's a negative review out there for this game. So, stay tuned. I will have a full review on the game when it comes out shortly after its launch. Take care, guys. Stay moist.